Willie Mack. I've had Willie Mack show his content on my channel before. I think he does an incredible job. Now, I'm not saying that he's free from criticism. I myself have criticized him in the past for some of his directions he's taken with his videos and stuff like that. I think everybody deserves criticism. I mean, call me a big, fat, scruffy-faced, fuzzy goonbag for all I care. I really don't. But I think for the most part, he makes pretty good videos. And I saw that he did Idubbbz career is over 4 days ago, and I have been dying to dive into this. This is a long stretch, guys. Buckle up. We are going to be going crazy tonight.
What is happening right now? I'm seeing Idubbbz and Noah Samson add like Ethan receiving human skulls in the mail is just a funny meme.
Your opinion on the skulls, and did you send them?
I didn't send the skulls. I don't know. I thought the skulls thing was kind of humorous to hear that.
We were memeing, bro. We were memeing. We were, you know, the typical death threats to a family joke, you know. Typical hee-haw laughy doodles, dude. It's just a couple it tickles the wickle, dude. It tickles the wickle. We're chilling, my dog. Every time I see this clip, I get a little more giddy inside. This is one of the greatest things in the world. And now I know you guys have seen this on my channel before. I've covered this to death, but I don't care, dude. I don't like Idubbbz, and I love watching this man slowly crash and burn in a pathetic fire of his own making.
Especially when I heard that they were like from skulls.com or something like that. That made it funny.
Just like a death threat to a father, a family.
Yeah. Was it a death threat?
Just kidding. Yeah,
bro,
no.
what's with all these bread tubers having the personality of like semen, dude? They're just like, if you came in like a petri dish, if you like jizzed in a petri dish and then put it in front of a YouTube camera, I think it would have about the same takes as Noah Samson. I honestly believe that if you like put them 1-to-1 and you had their channels have they had a debate on their channels per se, right? You had Noah with his like weird hair that's attacking itself versus the petri dish semen. I think that it would come out as a tie, dude. I think it would come out as a tie because they just both sit there and stare at each other with their cardboard personalities.
Yes.
I think the semen has more potential because at least it has the potential of becoming something with like a small chance of getting a personality.
Threat is motivated on your community slandering Ethan as a racist who loves genocide. The threat so obviously is you don't know who we are, but we know where you and your family live. I thought Ian would be empathetic towards this since he thought Sam Hyde was gonna kill him for no reason.
It was the craziest thing because Anissa said to me, she's like, Kate, you don't understand.
By the way, this boxing stuff, dude, Ethan Klein has destroyed this man. Now, again, dude, I'm just waiting for the moment that Ethan Klein messes up where I can make fun of him again on this channel. I think that he's been, like, just cashing out W's here, dude. Just cashing out W's every chance he can get, which is so easy to do, dude. I mean, the fact that, like, I think it's so funny for years, Ethan just refused to look at the people in his own, on the own side of the court as him. They're playing basketball, and they keep losing games, and Ethan's looking around like, what the fuck's going on, dude? I'm draining some threes, dude. I'll be draining some balls in some holes on this court, right? And he never took the time to like look around to see if the people around him were like goonbag scuttlefucks. And he looks around, one guy's got his shoelaces tied together, the other guy's sitting there taking pictures of himself in the corner while talking about terrorism. The other people are just like, you know what I mean? It's like, and I'm not saying that Ethan Klein's been like always good or whatever, because I've been critical of him a million times. I think his little virtue signal bullshit that he's done for the last like however long, because him and Idubbbz were like streamlining, they were trailblazing being little fucking pussies. But I do think it's funny that for years and years they were doing the same shit that they're doing now, but now Ethan Klein notices. Now he notices, and I mean, I'm glad he does, because him shitting and crashing out on his own friends is fantastic for me. It constantly provides me with content, especially when these guys keep escalating like absolute goobers.
Yeah. Ian and I both believe that Sam Hyde would really come and find me and would actually murder me. So that's the reason why we have to take all these precautions. And I'm just like, are you sure?
I'm coming to kill you!
You ever have a clip you just want to share with your friends?
Dude.
You can't go back.
Dude. Like, come on, Sam Hyde's gonna actually, come on, dude. I hate this type of stuff where it's like, oh my god, dude, oh my god, Sam Hyde made me look like such a bitch, which means he's gonna try to Owski-Wowski me. Oh, it's so gay, dude. Get the fuck out of here, dude. He's He's an edgy comedian that's like he's just an edgy comedian. He's not gonna do anything like that to you. You need to calm the fuck down. I mean, Sam Hyde has effectively not like harmed anybody in the capacity of taking their life. So I don't understand where they get this this idea. Like, it's not like Sam Hyde was sitting in their front lawn every night just like lighting their bushes on fire. I don't get this. When you look at the actual one-to-one here, Sam Hyde memed on him and made fun of him on the internet. And then you look at what's happening to Ethan Klein. Well, they called CPS. They sent skulls to his house. I mean, that's escalation. What Sam Hyde has done is call you a cuck.
Like, I think the guy's a millionaire. I was like, I don't think he's gonna risk his freedom to kill you.
Meanwhile, 2 low-level staffers at the Israeli embassy were killed in the name of stopping a genocide. The same thing these guys accuse Ethan and his family of defending. But Ethan's crazy.
Yeah, dude, it actually is kind of crazy the amount of people that have been like attacked over like the differences on how they view this conflict, bro. Now, I don't like talking about the conflict. I can talk about it. I like understand what's going on. I'm not like that retarded. I've done enough research to where I can make my little stupid fucking points throughout these videos and be okay, but I don't like talking about it. I'm here to talk about like the goonbags and the retards, right? So I look at these fucking guys, dude, and I look at what's going on in the world and how there's like people getting shot outside of like museums. They lit that dude on fire over in like Colorado, and I'm like, yeah, dude, you don't think that maybe by calling him a Zionist every 2 seconds and like hyping up your hyper radicalized fan base, you're not like doing bad shit, especially when you're lying about it? Come on, get the fuck out of here. But the problem with these type of guys is they know that once they because unlike Bad Empanada, I don't think Hasan's in it as hard as those fuckers are, right? I don't think Hasan's heart's in it in the same way. I think Hasan's here for the money, dude. I really do. And he knows that he cares enough to where he's like, okay, I'm gonna say this shit, I'm gonna like echo it to my chat's gonna echo it back to me. We're gonna have this little copacetic relationship to where these fucking idiots will repeat the same thing back to me, and then we'll be chill. And then once his chat started pushing back about Ethan, he knew that he was starting to lose the grip on his audience, which he can't have, bro. He cannot have that shit. And I think that's why a lot of these people are so scared to talk out, because they're scared of losing that portion of that audience.
For being worried.
No, this is a hallucination. I will say it once again. If I don't think it's appropriate for someone to call CPS on Ethan Klein, why the f would I ever think it's appropriate for someone to kill Ethan Klein? Are you stupid? Of course, that is insane.
No, but you'd still praise them and hop on stream.
Yeah, dude, this is the problem. One moment Hasan says one thing, and then the other moment he says another thing. And like, why would you jump on somebody with somebody like Bad Empanada and Noah Samson? These two fucking guys suck, dude. They're the worst, dude. They're the absolute worst. They are totally willing to ramp up the rhetoric to like insane degrees just to hear themselves fucking utter juck into the ecosystem.
With them. Bad Empanada is encouraging people to continue to make false CPS calls to Ethan and Gila. He's acting like it's a big joke.
Hello, is this Child Protective Services? Yes, thank you. I'd like to report a case of endemic dog infestation, and it also contains 2 Zionists, and as we all know, Zionists are baby killers, so I think this is a very dangerous situation for the children, given the dog and the Zionists keep those kids safe.
This might be funny if it wasn't actually happening. This guy is also a
dude, so this is the thing too. I think the shit's like I make a lot of edgy jokes, dude. I am definitely not the best guy to like call somebody out for their type of humor. I just think it's disgusting that Bad Empanada was the one who made a bullshit live video. That's where it pisses me off, is a lot of this shit came from his video. His dog shit, like poorly researched video that in real time I pulled up the actual research to make him and Denims both look like absolute troglodytes with the most like low effort fucking slop tuber pull a fucking article, read the article. Wow, you're both fucking wrong and you're both fucking retarded. It was so easy to do that. Absolutely the easiest fucking thing in the world. How could you not accomplish that? That's like the level of lack of fucking research these guys do. They get an idea in their head and they need to prove their bias. That's what they go in. They have the bias, they scrap everything that doesn't agree with their bias, and they just go with the narrative they want to sell. And then they're allowed to meme. Then they meme and we're always jokes, guys. We're just like funny guys, dude. But be careful with bad empanada guys out there. If you guys are like out there and you want to make like videos on, be careful when you make bad videos on bad empanada. He'd be like copyright striking people all the time. I was gonna do a video on his Nicholas Diorio dog shit piece. And yeah, dude, I'm not gonna touch that, dude. I don't want my channel taken down.
Serial doxer. He's doxing people on Twitter right now as we speak. It's so wild to me that we have this group of people that have devolved into this mentality where lying is completely okay. Hasan's biggest fan account is spreading the lie that Asman killed his mom. Just makes it up. Even Frogan, the least relevant Hasan groupie, is completely lying about her past statements, saying veterans deserved PTSD.
I'm a live streamer as well. I know being live for hours and hours on end, you can misspeak, and that is exactly what happened whenever I said the thing about the U.S. military.
Bro, you didn't misspeak. You were serious.
I will never have any pity for any soldiers. U.S. military?
By the way, this is what I mean about like the Hasan fan base thing. I want to pull up Twitter real quick. I saw this today, and let's go here, dude.
Personality disorders. I think he is a narcissist. I mean, when you watch that video.
So this is the Hasan Piker. Every single time Hasan gets in any trouble, he utilizes this. Anytime he's in a debate, anytime he talks about another creator, he is going to utilize what he says right here. And this is what he truly thinks about his audience.
The narcissism rage at CoffeeZilla was insane because his video was
I mean, it's posturing now. If you're going to court,
he was so wrong about everything.
Yeah, but listen, if we've learned anything about the court of public opinion, it is deny, deny, deny. If you let on any kind of, I should apologize for this, then the mob, then the horde has something to latch their teeth into. If you go with the Donald Trump school of medicine, no, you're simply wrong. What do you think you see in court? People go, oh, there might be something to that.
Yeah, you did not.
Yeah, by the way, this guy is kind of like has kind of a point where it's like if you get into this like a lot of people thought the Logan Paul this is about Logan Paul, right, in CoffeeZilla, and like I can see his perspective where it's like if you deny, like you can keep your fan base or whatever. I think like that is like one's way to handle a controversy. You just keep denying. What he's gonna say is fucking wackadoodle. Just as like I felt like we had I was gonna skip right to where Hasan spoke, but I knew that would be disingenuous because I think that he makes a better point, that it's like an understandable, like, okay, yeah, he might be wrong in the situation, but you have to like, he's wanting to like save his fan base as well as strike back, so he's gonna deny. And what Logan Paul actually did and what Hasan does is right here.
You deflect and then you counterattack the person who like launched this investigation on you, and you try to claim that like there's a hidden bias there. And most lizard brain dipshits who like love you unconditionally will go, oh, finally I have an out to defend this person, right?
Yes, dude. Yes, dude. All of Hasan's fans are just his beautiful lizard brain dipshits that he can like deny, deflect, and then lie about bias. He just like, well, he'll sit there, he will slander, he will put you in a little box that is the enemy box. You're in the enemy box now. You are the bad goobers, right? You're the absolute skibble bibble people, dude. And oh no, now his audience will be like, yeah, they are skibble bibble people. They are skibble bibble people. That's weird, dude. That's so crazy. It's just so this is so fucking funny. I love that this is his perspective going into every situation. This is what all of the people around him do. This is what all these fucking fake phonies, the Logan Pauls, all of these guys, instead of just denying like a lot of the YouTubers do, which I honestly just say, what was Sketch? Do what Sketch did. Just be like, yeah, I fucked up, dude. I fucked up. I had sexual relations with that man. Fuck, dude. Oh, fuck. Like, do that, dude. That, like, Sketch walked out clean from that controversy because he just said, I fucking did it, dude. What? Dude, I had an OnlyFans where I sucked dudes off. My bad, bro. It was old me. Like, it was so much more chill than, I'm going to attack and hit you with personal attacks and bullshit just to try to keep my audience. It's gross.
Who fucking who? I hope you get PTSD. I hope you get PTSD. And I hope you get no health insurance when you get back into fucking America.
She lives in Michigan, by the way. And then you double down the next day laughing at what you said.
And they posted it in my head. I'm like, base? Base?
These people are such cry bullies. If you aren't 100% with them, you're against them. A Twitter account posts that Hasan was banned for a day. Well, Hasan frames them as an agent of Israel. Hasan replies, every blue check power farmer is an Israeli dick rider on this website. This guy didn't say anything. All he did was report your ban. And you have a blue check mark.
Oh no, dude. Oh no. Somebody had the audacity to say what was going on in the world, but it had to do with the old hasanabi, old hummus pickles, and he's got to get really squiggly wiggly on a beat.
Frogan sees Asmon speak mildly about political content on Twitch. In Frogan's eyes, he's discriminating against her.
If I wanted to optimize ad revenue, you know what I would do? I'd ban politics. The odds are that me and Hasan and Tectone and Frogan and Denims and Central Committee cause 90% of the PR problems on the entire website.
Honestly, facts. Rogan tweets, you consider me political.
Well, and here's the thing too, dude. Here's the thing too. I think that Twitch could get away if it went back to like a partner thing where it was like, okay, when you stream here, you're exclusive here. We are a publisher. We are publishing your content. You have to when you hit a certain criteria, you will be like under our umbrella. These are the rules you have to live by. You are a part of us. So we are a publisher in that regard, and then you don't get the protection under 230. Like that's where you remove. That's where it goes away from 230, and you are now a 13+ gaming platform. I'd be cool with that, dude. Let them just be like a little gaming platform. Just let them be a little like fun. Watch me bounce around on blocks while reading Reddit stories. Fucking gaming platform, and then let Kick, let YouTube, let what other ones are there? Rumble, BitChute, I guess. I think that's where like Mr. Medicare's on. I don't know. I don't think anybody else uses BitChute. I think it's just Mr. Medicare. But you go and do all these other websites, do that thing, and then just let Twitch be its little gaming platform. Everybody would find their own places to be. I think they would be fine. But I think what these guys are scared of is the fact that like a place like YouTube just like toned down their policies on like talking about this type of stuff. But even if you went to like YouTube or Kick or something, I don't think they're gonna get the bias treatment that they're getting now. And I think they know their numbers will drop a certain amount because they won't be promoted to the top of the front page, because there is definitely a hardcore bias toward them on Twitch.
Because I wear a hijab. I am not like you and don't make political content anywhere, but typing a tweet once in a while. What reality is she living in? No one mentioned your hijab. And now we have the newest rising star in Hasan's orbit, Idubbbz, who's consistently used Creator Clash as a way to shield criticism because it's a charity event.
It's disappointing, and it makes me sick to see him like, using the event as a way to like
By the way, there is no world in which the Creator Clash 3 is a charity event. I'm fucking sorry. It is a fucking for-profit boxing event where they have a GoFundMe like duct taped to the side of it so that they can like virtue signal with their dicks out. Come on, dude. It's so gay.
Back or whatever.
The new management of Creator Clash 3 revealed that Ian and Anissa were taking 34% of the profit from this event. Was Ian really concerned about his charity possibly failing, or did he only care about his bottom line?
Don't worry, Ela. I'm not going to blame you guys for anything Creator Clash related. I know you're terrified of taking accountability for anything, so that will rest solely on my shoulders.
Dude, I love that he in this video he was like, the internet is going to maybe have some different opinions than you. Oh really? Oh, the internet might blame you for Creator Clash 3's faulty. No one in their fucking right mind right now is blaming Ethan Klein for Creator Clash 3's like absolute clusterfuck burning house bullshit right now. Not a single fucking person. Idubbbz is the sole person to blame, dude. He mismanaged Creator Clash 2 to the point where they lost a shit ton of money. He's got his Xboxing coach. He's got Harley out there. He's got there's like 4 other people. There's more people who are out there like actually talking about the insane mismanagement of not only Creator Clash 2 but also Creator Clash 3. It is all on him, and I love that he tried to use this to pin what these people like to do is they like to pin their worst problems. They like to shift it over to this other bullshit or to another drama to get the people who are already like entrenched on a position to jump onto their side and defend them without actually looking at any of the crucial details. And that's exactly what he's doing here by attacking Ethan Klein and using the Israel-Palestine thing. He's effectively saying, no, you can't criticize me on this because I have these guys on my side and I stand for your cause. So ignore all of my fuck-ups, please, and just remember this guy's a dirty fucking Zionist. That's all they're doing. This is the same type of tactic that Anissa uses to, like, she's like, oh, you want to criticize me? Well, also guns are bad, so let's make that the real conversation. It's always deflecting, like I showed with the Hasan clip. It's so fucking pathetic.
But I can't speak for the internet. The internet might actually blame you guys for it.
He thought he was cooking with this. Since then, Freddie Wong seemingly dropped out of the event after seeing Ian drag Creator Clash through this drama. Both the fighters from the main event dropped out of Creator Clash.
Well, I mean, and it makes sense that Freddie Wong dropped out because Freddie Wong's like friends with Harley, and they like made a show together, bro. Like I think people forget that like a lot of these people like actually like worked with each other in the past. Now, Freddie Wong, I don't know if anybody remembers this. I remember the show because I thought it was fucking awesome. It was stupid. It was definitely a dumb show, but I enjoyed the shit out of it. Video Game High School, dude. Oh, I loved this show. It was so stupid. This was such a dumb show, but I really liked it. Video Game High School had one of the main characters was Harley from Epic Mealtime. Harley Morenstein was in 13 of like the 21 episodes. He was in most of the show. He was like the principal of the school. And so the fact that you think that like Harley was getting kind of screwed over. So like why wouldn't he when he leaves, when he dips, if he one of the most avid Idubbbz offenders dips from the event after like realizing that it's kind of skibbly wibbly, and then like you have people like LA Beast that's just kind of like, what the fuck, dude, why are you screwing me too? And then you look at like the fact that they're like friends. It makes sense, dude. You start screwing people over, you're gonna have like a ladder effect, bro, or a domino effect.
Blaming Ian for it. The event went from an arena that hosted 20,000 people to one that has a capacity of 4,000. A reputable harm has been done to this charity event. Everyone rightfully blames Ian and Anissa, but the funniest part is it's barely a charity event at all. Ian responded on Reddit, "We restructured so the funds for our charity partner would be raised on Tiltify, separate and apart from the actual event." The Tiltify is essentially when you go to Walmart checkout and ask you to round up $1 for charity. That's the extent of the charity aspect. People joke that this event would be a disaster like TanaCon.
He's saying the event is going to be worse than TanaCon?
But TanaCon's problem was that too many people showed up. For this one, there might be too many folding chairs. Yes, this is the actual venue. To hear him cry about, oh, this charity event's getting ruined when no pay-per-view sales, ticket sales, or profits from concessions is going to charity is a whole nother level of dishonesty.
What was the charity for? Like cancer research, or I don't even remember.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like
Stand Up to Cancer.
Cancer is bad.
By the way, I was gonna look up. I saw somebody do like a breakdown of how many parties were thrown at fucking Creator Clash 2. I think it was like 6 or something. But I love the fact that this is like, you look up Google, right, and it says Creator Clash 2, which took place on April 15th, featured 12 new matches. The event raised $1.3 million for charity. That's wrong. That it didn't raise any money for charity. Proceeds. The original Creator Clash stated it was $1.3 million were donated. Yeah, dude, that's crazy. The first match did that. So Google's taking Wikipedia's thing, throwing it on the front page, and it's absolute bullshit, dude. This is absolute. It's only talking about the first event, and it's Google even has it from Wikipedia, just clamping them together, which is just more to show that this to show like the fucking bullshit that Ian can get away with, though, with the fact that he lost money on the second Creator Clash. It's so insane, the fucking rabbit hole of this shit.
Below, I don't like this guy. And I'm going to talk about not liking this guy.
Oh, by the way, right now, chat says, never forget Anissa trained in boxing to eventually spar and humiliate Ethan. Can't wait for her to train in the BJJ and beat him up in the cage. Absolutely, dude. I want to see... I don't know what the BJJ is, to be honest. I have no idea what that is. Is that like... I have no idea what that is. But I do know that it would be funny to watch Anissa just wreck the fuck out of Idubbbz in like an actual fight.
Before I talk about cancer is bad, because I don't really care about either, but I'm more likely to make videos out of that guy, and whoever gets in the way of that, even if it's kids with cancer, fuck them.
Noah, do you not know cancer is bad? Are you unaware? Oh, sorry guys, can't criticize Ian. There's this crazy disease nobody's heard of called cancer. This has been a disastrous event. It's worthy of criticism.
The way I
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I don't know why. When he said BJJ in the chat, I thought it was like the UFC or something. I thought it was like an offshoot, but it's just Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I'm so fucking retarded.
It is. I think the common defense from the other side would be something along the lines of like, don't use charity as a shield. But I think they
No, don't use charity as a shield. Honestly, don't. It's fucking gross. I think it's so gross if you use charity as a shield. I think it makes you like an actual scumbag.
completely missed the point that it's like, it's not a shield. It's just like, hurt me as much as you want. You know, it's basically saying like, you do not have a case. You are not winning. You are not hurting me. So you're trying to find other ways to hurt me. You are like, you're kind of by attacking this other thing, by triangulating this other thing, you are proving that nothing's working, you know?
What? What the fuck is he yammer jamming about, dude? And people say that I yap too much, dude. He said absolutely nothing other than, oh, you don't have a case because it's for charity. So you're saying that you're using it as a defense, or they don't have a case, so they're attacking you personally. What the fuck are you talking about? There's no realm where any of that made any sense.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, oh man, that was completely retarded. Your own fighters are dropping out of the event. You think it's all malicious? They just want to hurt you? All of this genuine criticism is just a lie to you. Here's Wade, one of the commentators, talking about how misled he was.
You're telling people it's a charity event. Stop telling people that, because it's not what it is. That was the whole issue with the lack of communication behind number 1 and 2, that it's a charity event, charity event, charity event. It's not a charity event. It's a boxing event that you are perpendicularly associating with and separate.
Dude, exactly, dude. Look how many fucking people are coming out and talking about this, dude. It's so funny. And you know what's crazy? Like, the first event wasn't a charity event, but they donated a lot of money to charity, which is good on them. Fucking cool. And he even talked about how there was a charity component, but it wasn't a charity event. Creator Clash 2, all of a sudden it's a charity event. And when it fails, oh, well, you can't hate us for this charity event, dude. It's such bullshit, dude.
For charity that has nothing to do with people buying the boxing event. I was a part of the event and didn't know any of this. I didn't know where money is going, outside of the fact that I was offered and said no.
Jay LeRae, one of the fighters, didn't understand that this wasn't a charity event.
Those of you that don't know, I'm going to be boxing in Creator Clash 3 in Tampa, Florida this June 28th. I'm very excited. You can grab your tickets now. In-person tickets are on sale, and pay-per-view tickets are on sale as well. You can go grab pay-per-view tickets now. All proceeds from this event are going to Stand Up to...
Yeah, no, I realized what it was, and I felt really stupid about the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu thing.
Cancer.
That is just not true. The proceeds are profit for the organizers. Only the Tiltify money goes to charity. What was Ian's response in his newest video? Well, it's just a miscommunication.
I have felt extremely handcuffed by Creator Clash these past years because I'm not...
You gotta know the incredible editing of throwing one PNG on the screen. One. It's not even a GIF, dude. He can't even put the effort to put like something moving that adds like some different dimension to the editing. No. It's just a fucking... single PNG, bro. Just a single PNG. Oh, I'm mad, dude. It's so fucking lazy, dude. He is like the worst existence of what, like, he's just like a shell of what he used to be in terms of like content creation.
not an expert communicator, and I don't know how to convey things.
Dude, I hate to keep pausing because I know that this is gonna end up being fucking 87 hours long, but dude, your job is fucking communicating. You are a YouTube commentary YouTuber. That is all you do, is talk in front of a camera to your audience. But you're not an expert communicator? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Has Anissa, like, trained her boxing skills so hard on your head that you don't have the ability to form sentences anymore and make actual structured arguments? Because your whole thing is you talk in front of a camera, just like me on this side. My whole thing over here is I talk in front of a camera. So to say that I'm not an effective communicator would be absolutely fucking retarded in this context.
Not over communicate, not do all these things that potentially put the event at risk and put other people at risk. And that's kind of why I wanted to step away from this event. It feels like it's inhibiting my ability. Like
only you'd already put the event at risk. You'd already fucking lit the ship on fire, hit the iceberg, looked at everybody else, Uzi'd the entire like crew, and then jumped on your little sailboat and got the fuck out of there. That's what you did. So to act like you're like, oh yeah, I'm leaving before I jeopardize the event. Shut the fuck up, dude. This is like, I don't understand how these motherfuckers can think that they can like retroactively convince their audience that shit that happened didn't happen.
The business side of things like inhibits my ability to communicate openly and effectively, especially when there's so many people counting on me to, you know, do that well.
You don't have to be an expert communicator to let people know that this is a for-profit event. The new people that took over made it clear in just a few lines on the transparency page of the Creator Clash website. When things evolve, each new iteration is supposed to get better, like phones or tools, not Creator Clash. The fourth one's gonna be held in Ian's backyard. But the best example of evolution might be—
Dude, I think that it would be actually way better if it just actually went and turned into backyard boxing, dude. It turns into like backyard beat the shit out of each other, just content creators that have a beef. So two content creators have a beef, right? And Ian makes a commentary video on one of them. Well, Ian can't do it because he's a pussy now, but this is a great idea for a YouTuber with some clout, right? A YouTuber with a little bit of clout and has like Nicholas Diorio, Tom Dark, all these motherfuckers out there that have a little bit of clout. I have an idea for you guys. Here's the thing. YouTubers have a beef, right? They have a beef. You call them up and say, let's have a sparring session at this gym. You do it at like the gym from that Nelk guy, the Nelk guy's gym or something, right? You go to the Nelk guy's gym, you guys throw on the little headgear, you get the gloves, and you guys like squash the beef right there. And you do, that video's uploaded for charity. Every single YouTube controversy that happens, Hasan Asmongold. Oh god, poor Asmongold would get fucking obliterated. I don't even like Hasan, but Asmongold's like built like Golem, and Hasan has like worked out like more than once, so he is definitely would murder Asmongold. But like it would still be fun. Have it like held where it could be safe. Like, okay, so like they're getting an ass kicked, let's step them out of there. But like Tectone Hasan box, you could have like so many cool things. And I think that if each one went to a charity, whoever wins like they decide on a charity together, and then they both win, right? That would be so fucking cool. Ian has become an easy target. I feel bad for him. He's such I'd feel bad for him, but he's such a weasel. Absolutely. I don't fucking feel bad for him at all. He's been like digging his own grave for years, and people like have been acting like he's like sympathetic. Oh, people are just mad at him because he doesn't say the N-word anymore. That was never the problem. It was never the problem. It was because you're a little spineless fucking weasel, and he was like ladder pulling against all new content creators who were slightly edgy. He was like literally trying to make it harder for other people while trying to virtue signal at the same time. Ethan Klein did the same thing, which I do not respect that.
Extra is innovating the wallet game with a slim, slick design, a button that makes all your cards.
Dude,
if you want to hit a high note.
Dude, if you want a wallet, go to his thing, dude. I got the platinum from Astro's Playroom. Let's go, Mike, dude. Let's go, dude. I have never gotten a platinum on a game ever, dude. I know I make a lot of video game content on the channel. Every week I do a video game review, which this Friday I got Deadpool, or last Friday, whenever this VOD uploads. If you're watching the stream, it's this Friday. If you're watching the VOD, it was probably a couple days ago. But I'm re-uploading my Deadpool video because I wanted to make a few changes here and there, and then like redo the thumbnail, redo the description, the tags and everything, and I wanted to re-upload it. But yeah, no, I'm really excited for that shit to drop.
It was revealed with the change of ownership that Anissa and I, because we're 1/3 ownership of Creator Clash, the business, that we were getting 34% of the profit share. We weren't anticipating this event doing well. Like, we wanted to do well enough to pay back the investors, of course. So that's one of the reasons that we were, you know, okay with the profit share thing.
So you guys were expecting it to fail? That's why I think it's so cowardly.
Dude, this is so fucking gross, too. Could you imagine, like, getting up on the camera after discussing that you think it was, like, you're discussing, right? You're like, oh, we're gonna do a third Creator Clash. But, where should we do it? A giant fucking arena. Why you want to do that? Oh, no reason. We just want it to fucking fail. We're not gonna advertise it. We're not gonna do anything. We feel handcuffed to do another one, so we're just gonna fucking like burn the ship down, shoot you all on board, get on our ship and sail the fuck away, and make a lot of money off of a hit piece or a poorly researched hit piece.
You guys bailed out of this event. Doesn't it seem like he made this content cop to get bad press so he could drop out? It's interesting.
You didn't know, Mike? I'm at 1.13 K subs, dude. I've been cruising, bro. My channel is let's fucking poop on Idubbbz' face as much as possible. I mean, he has a humiliation fetish, so it is definitely gonna skyrocket me to 1 million subs one day, just talking shit on the internet and making my shitty little game reviews.
How it took till now for moves to be made to make sure this event isn't a complete financial failure.
But another part of it as well is that the contract wasn't structured in a way that the profit share could just directly go to charity. It was told to us, like, you could just donate your portion of the profit share to charity after the event. So we were like, okay.
You're totally gonna do that. I totally believe everything that Idubbbz is saying here. He was definitely gonna donate to charity. He wasn't going to, like, get his wife another boob job that she can remove later.
Fine. Now, I know some people will find it hard to believe that Anissa and I were just going to give our portion of the profit share to charity. There's nothing I could really say to, I think, convince them otherwise. It was up to our discretion.
I mean, if you were going to give your profit, I thought you said you thought that the event was going to fail. That's why you didn't care about the profit share. But also, that's crazy that you thought the event was going to fail, but you're also going to give your portion to charity, which meant that nothing ever was going to go to charity, and you're full of fucking shit.
At the end of the day.
The reasoning is so weird. We took profit knowing that the event would fail, but if it somehow succeeded, we would donate that money anyway. You just have to trust us on that. Why not just have that in the contract? Instead of it going to you and Anissa, it goes to charity. Can it not be written in? Am I missing something?
No, it definitely could have. 34% of it could have definitely been allocated for charity, and the fact that they don't have anything written in for charity makes me so fucking skeptical about this, because even when the new people were talking, like, Alana Pierce and them were talking about this shit, they're like, it's still a charity event. No, it's fucking not, dude. Stop calling it a charity event. Stop with your bullshit. You're fucking lying so that you can get away with, like, bullshit on the side. And if this was anybody else, CoffeeZilla would have made a video on it, or any of these other motherfuckers who, like, call these people out for, like, being scammers. Like, they literally fucking scammed a charity with the second Creator Clash by wasting all this money on all the parties and stuff. They overspent to the point that they had to do a stream, but they get credit because he sucked dildos on a stream and talked about his IBS and made money for charity. Like, get the fuck out of here, dude. This is so skeevy, and anyone else would have had giant, like, way bigger fucking you're a scammer hit pieces on them.
Something? Brother, you and your wife aren't exactly known as honest people.
I'm very happy that, you know, this year money is being raised for charity, and I'm glad to know that it's already more successful.
By the way, this is bullshit. This is bullshit too. The reason this money was made was because of the Ethan Klein Hasan dispute. Because Hasan reacted to the Ethan Klein content nuke, which everybody has been wanting him to do, and he decided to make the fundraiser, like the money for that, go to this charity. That is the only reason this money was put in there. You can go to the Tiltify and look where the money came from, and it's all from that one stream. Nothing else. Like, you're looking at like 87% of the money for this this entire goal or raised money here is from the Ethan Klein Hasan dispute. So thank you, Ethan Klein and Hasan, for being absolute dipshits and arguing with each other 24/7, because you saved some kids with cancer. Ian, you did jack and shit.
than year 2. Mission accomplished as far as I'm concerned.
That money wasn't raised by you. It was raised by Hasan reacting to Ethan's content nuke. If you don't host your event at all, that money still goes to charity. You've done nothing.
Go figure. The white guy 8 years later is like, I think Anita Sarkeesian was kind of onto something. There was a lot of assholes on.
Dude, I hope, dude, this was so cringe, bro. I was gonna react to this video and I didn't because it was like, dude, I started listening to it on my own time. I was like pre-watching, which I hate doing, but I saw it drop and I'm like, oh, this might be good. This was the most boring fucking video ever made. This dude's an absolute clown show. He's like, Anita Sarkeesian was actually speaking facts. All gamers were actually racist because they don't like me.
On the internet, and they're kind of misogynistic too, I think. It's crazy what a little CTE or the love of a woman will do to you.
Whenever you're around Anissa, you look like an abused dog.
I just want to ask you if you've always been shitting your pants.
No.
Because since I've known you, you've always had like IBS. You've always been shitting yourself.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm not
he's
gonna
at a cafe. Burton, has he always had IBS? Ian's just looking like a shriveled. You look like the grandma from SpongeBob. The chocolate grandma. You know what I'm talking about?
Jesus Christ, dude. So depressing. It's so fucking sad. I actually watched watched a video where it was just like Nisa making fun of him, and I was like there for the jokes at first, but it gets so depressing watching this shit. The way she treats him is just diabolical. My wife would never do this. Like, we have like tit for tat. When she comes by, I say something stupid, she'll like make fun of me off camera. I'll be like, ah, oh, you got me there or something, and it's like fun. It's like jovial. We will like be actually having a fucking fun time, dude. And it's great, dude, but not these guys. It just looks like somebody's fucking like putting his nuts in a fucking vice, dude. They're slowly popping some testicles so that he well, I mean, that might be a good thing, dude. Could you imagine offspring between these two? It'd be awful. I'm just kidding. That's fucked up. Too far. I'm hitting play, so I don't say anything else too fucked up.
I don't know what's happened to Ian. He has zero confidence. He doesn't even know how to speak for himself anymore. His boxing coach is telling stories on how Anissa tells Ian when he's hungry.
One time we ended.
Dude, I'm glad you figured out the frame rate issues on your PS5. I mean, like, that can be annoying when you're making footage, definitely. I had somebody in chat talking about, Mike was talking about his, like, PS5 having frame rate footage for his, like, gaming content, which, that's happened to me with my PS5, when I'm, like, using OBS, but I've also, it's, like, stream games, like, games I've streamed, like, from the PS3 catalog. Dude, the frame rate just starts fucking nuking itself.
It's sparring, and afterwards, everybody's hanging out. And she walks up to Ian and she goes, "You're hungry."
Yes.
And then so they had to leave because Ian was hungry.
Do you feel like
with hotels and vacation.
Dude, it's just so fucking weird, bro. Now I know that this is all. This isn't in a vacuum or anything. This is like probably like a different dynamic. I didn't watch this entire live stream. All I know is what I've seen from a lot of these clips, which can build a different narrative. But I already don't like these people. But I do feel bad for every time I see these two in a room, and just the way that he's just like so fucking dead, dude. He's so dead and boring and sad all the time. He has none of the energy that made his channel like popular or relevant. He has nothing going for his shit, dude, and it's just so depressing.
Speak too much for you, like in this.
I don't think so. You know me better than like I think it's a weird.
Seconds right hand, Alex Wasabi.
Well, I shouldn't say it's weird. The reason Anissa does it is because typically, whatever the topic is, she's filling in the blank. Because I don't say it for myself. I think a lot of the times, you know, my head's in a different space.
You're not kind to yourself. You've never been kind to yourself, and you'll never share. Like, if you're in a room with a bunch of people and people are talking about like what they accomplish or what they've done, you'll never ever speak up about that.
Does she change her diapers too? Now, I don't know how much weight to put.
Jesus Christ, dude. Jesus Christ, dude. What the absolute fuck, dude. Just imagine, bro. Just imagine just sitting there, just like, Yeah, dude, I fucking suck, dude. I fucking suck, dude. Please tell me I suck some more, dude. Oh, it's so fucking sad, dude. What a fucking, like, terrible dynamic. And then, like, to watch Anissa look like a sad fucking angry goblin, and then see any other popular guy that she can suck the cloud out of their asshole from, and she just, like, brightens the fuck up. It's like, dude, I think she got with Ian just because it was like a step toward more people that she liked, and I think that they both just settled there. They have such a I settled dynamic, and it's so fucking depressing. Chat said if I had a newer Mac with better internals, it could do a higher grade footage, but without my dude, like I try to use this old laptop for collecting footage of one of my wife's old laptops, and it fucking sucked, dude. Every one of those streams were just like crap, and then I started using her newer one for when I stream games. But Jesus Christ, dude, could you imagine just being like belittled 24/7? Could you imagine being in a relationship where you guys both feel like you fucking settled and neither of you guys are happy with where your career's at, and you're just like there, and it's just endlessly depressing. Like, I get so excited to come home and see my wife and like hang out with my kid, and like we have this like fun dynamic where we bounce jokes off. Of course we have our bad days and stuff where we're both like grumpy and shit because like we have a 1-year-old, dude. That's gonna happen, but we're never like mean to each other. We're never like miserable where our life's at. It's just like crazy to me.
Put into what this guy's saying. Maybe he's just angry and trying to get back at them for some reason. But now there's another story about Ian getting cucked, no meme.
I've heard is that she was hitting on one of his sparring partners and was obsessed with him and gave him a VIP pass to the event.
A lot of his sparring partners got the passes, but she definitely had a big crush on one of the guys that would come in and spar with them, because anytime they would spar, she would just be super into it and watch every moment. And then, even if he would like beat Ian up, she'd be very into it. And then,
I want to say that, like,
This is so fucking funny, dude. Could you imagine your wife's not watching you spar at all? She doesn't give a shit about what you're doing, and then like some guy walks in and she just. I really like the way you throw that jab. Thanks, honey. Not you. Fuck you, Idubbbz. Yeah, get back to your corner, you cuck. By the way, you have such nice arms.
Yeah, I want to say that before. So Anissa never gave shoutouts to Michael training Ian at all, but she put out the first video of Ian like getting hit, rocked in sparring when Ian was sparring with her crush.
Anissa allegedly flew out over 300 creators to the event with no requirement to promote it.
he's like, our brand is at stake. We're $500,000 in the hole right now.
I wish. Yeah, dude, because they care about charity so much that there were $500,000 in the hole because they were flying out endless people. They had comedians showing up. They did like 6 fucking parties. And why are we $500 in the hole? How are we gonna pay the charity? Maybe don't try to churn this shit into fucking VidCon.
I knew that. I wish I knew that at that time. I think a lot of the fighters would have liked to have known that. I don't think none of them needed to be in the dark about that.
By the way, I fucking love Harley's Keemstar setup right here. Let's get right into shitting on Idubbbz. Today in the world, I'm Killer DJ Killer Keemstar, and Idubbbz is a lowly, sad fucking cuck in a sad, depressing marriage.
No.
Their pay-per-view sales were behind and they were still spending money.
But they weren't honest about the fact that they were spending the money from the ticket sales on the hotel, on flying people in, on all these other things. So it was just like...
So those decisions, the gala decisions, were made while in the red.
Yes.
I have a question about that.
First of all, they rented
Dude,
them.
fucking Harley's so pissed, bro. Harley's so pissed. Because this is the thing for Harley. Harley liked that he was getting, he was making some money. They were making bonuses from the first event. He liked that. He thought that was cool. He thought that people, hey, you guys are we're all making money. This is great. And money's going to charity. A double whammy here. We got a double whammy. And he was a fucking firm, vehement supporter of the second event. Was like, of course, he was upset that it didn't turn out the way he wanted, but he was still like there for Creator Clash 3. He was there all the way. And I think that he did the same mistake that a lot of people in Ian's little fucking orbit weren't doing. And that was asking fucking questions. And now he's asking questions questions, and I mean the floodgates are fucking open, dude. I mean, Anissa sees one hot guy and the floodgates open, and now we see all the bullshit coming out of her vagina, and Ian's pussy is spread open and just diarrheaing all this bullshit onto the scene. And so now we're seeing the shit that was going on. We're seeing that they never gave a shit about charity. They gave a shit about selling themselves to fucking creators, about being the big people in the room, being the micro, or they didn't want to be micro celebrities anymore. They wanted to be giggity schmoodle celebrities, but instead they became schmiggle biggle people, which they're disgusting and sad.
Hotel for over 300 creators. And flew a lot of them in. When the first year it was much more scaled back.
Ian can't edit a video anymore, so he flies out Twitter editors.
And then the second year, they did that full hotel for 300 creators. They flew a lot of people in. One of the people they flew in was Froggy Tonic, and they flew him in from France.
That's insane.
By the way, I do think it's funny how many people they flew in, and like I don't know how much of this has been. This is just testimony. I don't know about all the facts here. Like I don't know if this has been refuted or anything, but I am more willing to believe these guys that I've never seen or never heard from before than I will ever believe Nisa and Idubbbz, because every time they open their fucking mouths, they're omitting evidence, or they're lying by omission, or just straight up lying. So this is where you're the what is it? The girl or the boy who cried wolf. They are the motherfucking or marriage without love they cried charity, right? They're the loveless marriage they called charity, and it never was a charity, and they're fucking goonbags.
And Froggy had told us that he was there to salvage the documentary.
Ian and Anissa haven't responded to these latest allegations, but they did defend their tattoos. Priorities.
Cool, it doesn't really matter what I do, cause I'll always stay stuck as a fool. I'll never be cool.
It really is remarkable how...
By the way, that was the only funny thing that he did in either of the content cops, was the like weird Ethan Klein dance thing. It was like super sad, but the song was kind of funny.
Everything Ian says is projection. Donut Operator revealed in his podcast that Ian stopped talking to him because he made an OnlyFans joke.
He went to a range day with me one time. Like we used to talk a lot about content creation and stuff. And COVID rolls around, I get bored at home, so I make an OnlyFans where I'm showing my meat.
Really?
And, well, basically, I'm taking a steak and I'm rating a steak. And like,
see, that's the reaction that you're supposed to have. Genius.
I thought it was funny. So I'd be wearing like just an apron. Of course, I'm wearing like boxers underneath. And I'd reach down and be like, this is my OnlyFans. And this is an A5 Wagyu from down the street. And I would talk about it. And I sent it to Ian, and he got mad and called me and like said I was making fun of Anissa, and like I wasn't. I just thought it was a funny bit because I was sitting at home during COVID. And
you'll never understand what it's like to be an ally.
Yeah, he like said stuff like that. Haven't talked to
It's so cringe, dude. If you ever say shit like that, dude, you just need to stop talking. If you're like, oh, dude, you don't understand what it's like to be an ally, just delete your entire channel.
Since that was like 5 years ago.
Over that?
Yeah, and I've like texted him and tried to reconnect with him. He just won't talk to me anymore.
Ian's response is to say, conveniently leaving out that your girlfriend at the time was pursuing OnlyFans, but you were too pussy to deal with.
I actually just went to Froggy Tonic's page to see if there was anything refuting it, and I can't find anything. So far, I don't think anybody's spoken out about this or like went against the claims. I do know that Idubbbz and Nisa both reached out to his old trainer, to the trainer that reminded them so much of his father that they fired him, to try to like be friendly with him so he wouldn't go on the show.
With the criticism, so you made a parody account. No, I don't want to be friends with a coward. How is any of that a relevant response? Should Donut Operator have uploaded a video like you did, talking about how intelligent he is for letting his wife do OnlyFans?
But I'm cool with it. You do realize there are guys out there in private right now jacking off to your girlfriend. But I guess it's out of sight, out of mind, it's not a problem.
Yeah, Ian wants to see it.
Let me have my hope, all right? I want to believe he's too intelligent for this. Intelligence has nothing to do with it, but I will say this. If you want to retain hope that I'm intelligent, this is the most intelligent.
Dude, right here, you actually see more. He has more inflection in his voice. He has more going for him in this little clip than he did in all of his modern videos.
Thing I've probably ever done is is revealing this side of me.
The bar's real low, huh? Bro's only real world experience was working at Legoland. This man just said it was the most intelligent thing he's ever done. Donut operator, you're missing out. You could be Ian. The content cop has been nothing but a failure. It's done harm to everyone associated with Ian, so the new narrative is to hide behind the dead bodies of Palestinians. Act as if the content cop was about Israel-Palestine the whole time.
I even hate calling it drama because at the end of the day, it was you kind of taking a stand.
By the way, dude, whoever did this fucking podcast, what a absolute goon fucking bootlicker you are, dude. I hear the term bootlicker all the time, and this is what a bootlicker is, where you're willing to restructure an entire series of events to try to fucking appeal to the person you're talking to, and that's exactly what they're doing here.
Of being pro-Palestine. I don't think that's drama necessarily, but the way that they have handled talking.
That's right, boys. Get the fucking tractors, get the plows. We gotta push all these dead bodies from all these Palestinian kids right in front of us so that we can use them as meat shields from our YouTube fucking drama because we're scumbags. That's right, boys. We'd actually care about these people that are dying. Totally. We're not just using them as human meat shields. We're not actually most disgusting people in the world because we can't actually stand on our own arguments. No. We have to use the death of other people to protect us from the fact that we're fucking goonbags on the internet.
About this, people like Ethan and some people on Twitter that cover this make it about themselves so often when that's not what.
Like, dear fucking Christ, dude. Dear God, my brother. Dear God. Oh, they make it about themselves. You made a video on him. Of course he's gonna act like it's about him, bro. Of course he's going to make it about himself because it's about him. Like, what the fuck are we doing? No, it wasn't about him, dude. It's about the deaths in Gaza. Shut the fuck up, dude. This is what I hate about all this. And this is why, like, it annoys the shit out of me. It doesn't really annoy me. I think it's so funny when people show up in my chat and want me to, like, go into the entire history of the Israel-Palestine conflict drama. Israel-Palestine conflict, when it's like, dude, it's not about that, dude. It's never been really about that. I mean, yes, it's a part of this. It's going to be popping in and out, but the fact that we keep pulling to it and acting like it's the main fucking focal point is so dumb. You're avoiding all of the shit that makes you look bad so that you can utilize the dead bodies of this atrocity happening in another part of the world, which it is an atrocity. I don't think anybody's sitting here saying that it's not. But the fact that you're using these people who are going through horrific events to save you from fucking YouTube criticism makes you a pathetic little slime ball.
This is about, you know, like,
I'm sorry that I'm such a fucking nasty person who just wants to roll around in the shit.
There's people in Palestine dying every fucking day. I think over the weekend, just on.
Bro, shut the fuck up and cry me, like, just cry me a river, dude. You care so much more than everybody else, dude. I'm sorry, bro. Dude, if you didn't make this fucking podcast, you know how many more people probably would have died? So many more, dude. You're really changing the world. Each fucking podcast, if you're Western, I don't even know what that second word is because your shit looks... okay, part of this looks fire, but I don't know what the fuck this second word is. But your shitty fucking podcast is really changing things. You're not profiting off the deaths of people.
Saturday alone, like, over 100 people were bombed and killed.
I can show your tattoos in all of their glory, or I can show that your tattoo made it to the top of awful taste but great execution subreddit.
What was the, like, impulse to finally take a stand?
Yeah, well, I think Ethan made it really fucking easy for me. I think...
Oh, he's a fucking hero, guys. He's a fucking hero. He is single-handedly taking out the entire Israeli government. Way to go, Idubbbz. Without you, the world would be in a worse place, my dude. Jesus Christ, these people are fucking insufferable.
Honestly, the only, like, thing that made me, like, second guess any of it was, like, how it affects, like, other people.
Ethan was mad because people were calling CPS on his children, and the content cop was acting like Ethan was lashing out for no reason. But now that Ian's criticized, suddenly he's a big advocate for Palestine. The only time he talked about it is when he said Anissa's half Irish and half Lebanese, so that makes her an expert.
I'll say it for anyone who doesn't know. Anissa is half Lebanese and half Irish. for anyone unfamiliar.
Jesus Christ, dude, I fucking hate this too. Where they're like, "Oh, well, I'm this, so therefore, everything that we cared from the beginning because she was born to care about it." Yeah, dude, she doesn't have videos where she's talking about leaving her religion. You don't have videos where you're ripping the Quran in half. Get the fuck out of here, you goddamn skinwalkers.
The Irish have been on the receiving end of a lot of oppression and genocide. On the part of the Lebanese, they've received a lot of oppression and attacks from the IDF. So Anissa is very well familiar with the propaganda and the shit coming out of Israel.
When called out for this by the entire internet, Ian acts like he's above it all.
Yeah, I'm like definitely a loser to like a huge swath of people online.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't really care to be a winner in their eyes.
I don't care.
Oh, I gotta kind of reconcile with my past moments.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I relate in that way, but then I also relate in the way that it's hard. It's hard to be funny. And I can tell that bro...
Is it though? Is it when you don't try at all? You didn't try even a little bit in that video? You literally, like, things that were jokes. Like, I still think that... I don't know about the Hasan's joke about, like, America deserves fly 9/11. I never believed that was a joke. I figured that was just a crash out moment from him. But, like, giving him the due diligence that Ethan gave him, be like, these are just edgy jokes. You were like, no. We don't believe in humor over here. We're bread tubers now. Bread tubers don't believe in humor. We're just really fucking passionate, my dude. We're super passionate about 9/11 and stuff, dude, because of like the American imperialism or some gay shit. Like, it's so bold. These guys, like, all these guys do is like shit in a bowl and eat it every night because they love the taste of their own shit so much.
Oh, really? Like, admires like a lot of these comedians that he's had on his show. I think he wants to, be something special. I think he wants to be an entertainer. But like,
wow, that's crazy when all of his videos have been actually way more entertaining than yours. His fucking emotional dumping background podcast is running like endless circles around your fucking emotional dumping ground podcast. Like, again, dude, I'm not the biggest Ethan Klein fan. I like this is the one drama. This was a big enough drama, and once they got his kids involved, that's where I was like, okay, now I'm on Ethan Klein's side. Like, I've officially fucking chosen a side in this shit. Hardcore stance been taken. These guys, I also didn't like Hasan and Idubbbz to begin with, but I've hardcore taking a stance now, and dude, it's just like endless how this guy's just easily able to shit on you guys 24/7 and win consistently.
Like, it's gonna take a lot of fucking like pain and hurt to actually discover who the fuck you are, because I don't think he knows who he is, to be honest. Like
it wasn't overnight, like me gaining my confidence back. And I'm still probably not all the way there, but...
This guy projects more than a movie theater. Yeah, Ethan should have followed your podcast format, where you hide all your new episodes on Patreon. They've figured out a way to argue that them making boring content somehow makes them a better person. I've subscribed to their Patreon, and their podcast was so mundane, I couldn't bother to slog through it. This was the highlight.
I would say there's some options that you don't think about as existing, especially when you're younger. I didn't think about how I could put an egg in my ramen.
Yeah.
I never considered that.
Yeah.
And it always felt like it was
What, have you never seen a fucking anime in your entire life? Every anime has egg in their fucking ramen, bro. What are you even talking about? This is like just another reason to shit on Idubbbz for being fucking retarded.
Bit like lacking something. Like, I wanted to put something like cheese in there, but Fluffy put me on to putting an egg in there. I mean, he chefed it up quite a bit. He like would go through the effort of like cutting up some green onions and stuff.
Yeah.
And putting it in
Wow.
there.
He was really chefing it up.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So interesting. This is why we do a podcast every day, is to talk about our fucking ramen and our fucking eggs and cheese. Dear God, so boring.
I think he wanted to do more, and I think that's, to be honest, what a lot of like, I think that's such a positive avenue for people who are struggling with their weight.
How are they morally grandstanding on getting less views? They act like Ian's video saved the sex industry.
When the OnlyFans shit happened and everybody was shitting their pants about me having an OnlyFans, there were some content creators that suggested to Ian, like, the move is to make your own OnlyFans and go in there and fucking just start posting on
Dude, oh my God, dude. I love that they co-opt this conversation. They co-opt this conversation to talk about a joke that was made. He said, I'm like, dude, check out this joke. This is funny. And they're like, like, no, we're gonna like read between we're gonna read between lines, and then we're gonna read between those lines until we look like the bottom of a fucking pain until the bottom of that fucking label on pain pills where it's like, you have AIDS now. That's what they're reading to. They're reading between those lines until they can get whatever the fuck they mean out of a conversation.
OnlyFans and make it a big joke, and like that's what people want to see. That's what's going to be entertaining, and like yeah, we understand what the like politically correct,
Yes.
not politically correct,
Strategically.
the strategically correct move is, but for in that instance for the sex working community, that would harm them so like so much more than like it would help us.
That's the biggest frustration, is that people don't really, it's like, I'm the one who made all of these videos in the first place.
Yeah.
Like, I understand
The game.
Yeah. Like, of course, like the suggestion of like
You're
making the
giving us the
OnlyFans
game.
thing a joke.
Yeah.
Like, that was like, that's so obvious
Yeah.
to do that.
Yeah.
But the people who
So
suggest
obvious, dude. It's so, but that's not the brave thing to do. And we're warriors over here. We're actual fucking warriors for the freedom of the sex workers, and we care so much. Without us, dude, the sex worker community would be in shambles. Actually, it would be in absolute shambles. We needed somebody to come out and say something really brave. What the fuck are you talking about?
did that shit to me are f***ing losers. If you're watching this, you're
a person. Dude, this is pathetic, dude. This is like actual pathetic behavior. I've never. This is an incredible video by Willie Mack, dude. This is going into stuff that I didn't even know. This is so much new information. This is just bombshell after bombshell after bombshell of just like, these guys fucking suck. These guys are the worst people on the internet.
Loser.
Oh no, this guy thinks I'm a loser.
I'm gay.
Who would have thought that this would have been the
I'm gay
peak of Ian's career? The biggest scope in Ian's video was
By the way, he like everything he did with the fucking Filthy Frank. The Filthy Frank days were amazing on YouTube. I'm not gonna lie. And like the stuff he was doing with Filthy Frank, a lot of it was hilarious. There was a lot of funny stuff coming out of that era. It just sucks that they all became these little, well, not all of them. I guess I guess it was just Ethan Klein and Idubbbz that became fucking like losers after the whole the change of the internet. When the internet started going toward virtue signaling, they jumped on that fucking train as fast as they fucking could. Ethan was like, well, I'm gonna start a podcast with Hasan. Don't worry, guys, I'm a progressive. And then I'm gonna pull Ian on my podcast, and he's gonna get some progressive hand jobs too. It's gonna be great. So I guess everybody else just went into their own thing, and these two were like, let's grift as hard as fucking possible.
saying tons of people agree with him. They just didn't leave a comment or make a video because they're too busy.
I think all of the people who are like, who is like literally winning the argument and who is like presenting a better case, I think a lot of those people are just silent, you know? At most, they're clicking like on a video, but they're not gonna fucking put in like the labor to like make sure their guy wins or their girl wins, you know? They're just gonna fucking kind of move on because they got a life.
He's trying so hard to convince himself he's in the right.
Know that other commentary channels, regular people, when they're trying to get a temperature check about how people feel about this, they're gonna like, you know, if the like dislike isn't giving them much of a vibe, they are gonna go to the comments and they are going to use that.
Dude, like this is fucking, you want to see how much his people care about him, right? We're gonna go to subs change, dude. Tuesday, 6/3/25 minus 10,000. 6/10/25 minus 10,000, dude. In the last month, he's lost 20,000 subscribers, bro. 20,000 subscribers have just fucking dipski McClitskied from the fucking Idubbbz channel, dude. It's just like you look at like what happened here. What was this video posted on, dude? I don't know when the exact day this was posted on, but I'm guessing it's like the 3rd. That's what a lot of people did. But like, could you imagine just like, this is oh yeah, they care about me so much, dude. It's so positive. I'm getting so much positive feedback, bro. And like 20,000 people dip your channel immediately, dude. That's fucking hilarious to think that that people have your back. This delusional, oh dude, they're all on my side mentality is so fucking funny.
Is a template for how they should feel about it. Not in all cases, but you know, they want to have an understanding. They want to be tapped in, because I think a lot of people, that is like a it's important. You know, I want to know what people are thinking about a video. But I think there's a big force of really loud people in the comments. And
you mean just 90% of the internet right now? That's like 90% of what the internet feels about you.
They scare people away. And especially if it's brigaded fast and quickly, like within the first.
Dude, the Hasan fucking fans brigade faster than just about anybody else, bro. The fact that you think that the Hasan fans aren't the ones that are gonna fucking show up out of the woodworks right away and early, they do that every fucking time, dude. Every time I post a video with Hasan's goofy fucking mug on the main front of the thumbnail, I got them in droves, dude. I didn't like if I would have put Hasan's face on this thumbnail, they would have showed up out of the woodworks like out of nowhere fast as fucking humanly possible to try to make me talk about Israel and Palestine. But I did it this time, and wow, look, they didn't show up in fucking droves, but they do every single time. So you think that they don't brigade? It's just fucking retarded mentality.
24 hours of it being uploaded.
Or maybe it's because your video sucks, but let's let them cook.
There's been a lot of people to put out commentary videos about Ethan, and they go bye-bye.
Like who?
Like they're like, this, I do not want the smoke, I do not want the heat, and even if it's like not genuine at all.
Yeah, but who the fuck was dumb enough to be like, oh yeah, dude, I'm gonna go and I think that the fact that they called CPS is totally justified. It totally deserves it. There's not anybody in their right mind that would do that. Only the you goon bags would do this type of shit. Only people that are absolutely like audience and like captured by like stupidity would fucking jump on the side of Hasan and Denims and all these dipshits. Like purposely platforming and like platforming where you're fucking basically signal boosting one of the worst poorly researched videos of all time. That has a whole section about why Ethan's kids are like rolling around in shit, which is bullshit, by the way. That I fucking proved on my stream was bullshit. That there was like points that he was making that just don't add up. There is no evidence for that. But you're gonna signal boost him? Get the fuck out of here, bro. There's a reason why people aren't on your side. Is because if you look at this like with any sort of critical lens, everything falls apart.
It's like there are people out there in different communities that are like, I'm gonna get on this shit and I'm going to make them feel like the internet's against them and this is the fucking end of their career.
Bro, just name somebody.
Which videos are, I mean, do any come to mind specifically?
I mean, I think the left or
it's okay, dude. You can't figure it out because he's just been knocked around way too much. The CTE's got him, bro. The CTE's got him. That's why he has a whole list somewhere, dude. It's with his other girlfriend in Canada. So when his other girlfriend in Canada hits him up, he'll be able to tell us the channels. It's no big deal.
The Snark, the H3 Snark has like kept track of them. There was like one smaller commentary channel. I think they may have focused on like fucking like Ethan's topics or Ethan talking about Markiplier maybe. I'm not sure what it was specifically, but that one got nuked.
By the way, dude, this is so funny because like before this drama, every creator out there was absolutely like dragging their nutsack across Ethan Klein's face, dude, constantly just teabagging the shit out of that goon bag. But in this situation, people with rational minds are like, oh fuck, dude, Ethan is a good guy in this situation. But nah, yeah, well, that doesn't mean that he's like free from the criticism we've given him in the past. Now he's being a goon, or when he was being a goon bag, this time he's actually in the right. It's the difference between being able to look at something critically and then to look at something with an insane, like, retarded bias.
Was a woman who made one. Oompaville was another one.
We got one name and it's Oompaville. Now, I like Oompaville, but he prefaced his video by saying, I don't know anything about the drama, I'm not going to look into it any farther, and he just sided with Ian on most things. He just says, I don't know the whole time.
I don't know. I really don't know the point of this video. I don't know what's going on. But it's very epic, though.
Okay.
A lot of calling out of hypocrisy, but everyone's always hypocritical. If you're speaking and you're critiquing things and you're judging people, you're always going to be...
Yeah, this was a terrible dog shit video, by the way. This was fucking awful. I found a re-upload, watch it. It was so fucking bad. If he would have taken like 2 seconds, I think what he thought is I'm guessing what Oompaville's mindset was he saw Content Cop dropped. The internet previously hated Ethan Klein, said, oh shit, dude, Ethan Klein's being a goon bag. Let's go against Ethan Klein. And he made a video. He instantly deleted it and then flexed and said, I have a wife, I can do whatever the fuck I want.
hypocritical. No matter what, like it's not possible to not do that.
I don't know what that means.
Apparently Denimz, I don't know if this is true, I'm not gonna fact check it, but this seems like
Dude, and like the whole thing just came off. It was one of the worst videos like on the entire situation, and he put zero fucking effort in. And that's kind of like Oompa's channel right now. He's doing like the late night show or something where he just like is like fed fucking internet drama, and then he just like instantly like knee-jerk reactions to it, and it's the worst fucking content. People call me slop. That shit's so bad, and it sucks because I really like Oompaville. I think his candy fucking rocks. I think he has like the best YouTuber product on the market right now. His candy is fucking amazing. I also think that he has the talent to be a good YouTuber, and he is a good YouTuber. I just think some of his stuff lately has been dog shit.
Incredible. Incredible. Hey guys, I'm gonna watch the Idubbbz video, and I'm gonna pretty much take all of it as fact, whatever Idubbbz says, and then any criticism though, I'm pretty much just not gonna fact check it. It's pretty cool, man. I love it.
When people pointed out how lazy his video was, he co-posted by saying he touches too much grass. Dude, you only had to watch like 20 minutes of the H3 podcast to get his side of things. Is that too much work for you?
Find his post interesting. Remove today's video. Why? Because I felt like it. I'm gonna start doing that more. I'm married. I can do whatever I want. Okay. Also, a lot of people expected a lot of research and taking it very seriously, and I can't do that while maintaining a positive mental state and touching grass and remaining employed, so I'm sorry.
He made a video that sucked and was called out.
By the way, when I saw this on Twitter, I like totally thought, I didn't know what the video was about. I just thought that people were being fucking, I thought he made like a video on like Yu-Gi-Oh cards or like fucking like Pokemon or some like bullshit that it was like a nothing burger. And it was like, dude, I don't care about this that much. I thought it was about something stupid like that. I didn't realize that I didn't realize that he was like, oh yeah, dude, everything Idubbbz says is correct when CPS was called on his kids and they sent scolds to his house. I didn't realize it was like an actual fucking retarded video. And when I actually like searched out and looked up the clips and stuff, I'm like, holy shit, Oompaville. This isn't about touching grass. This is about doing like the most mundane amount of research, the most mundane amount of fucking due diligence behind what's going on. You could have found like a 10 to 20 minute video that broke down the entire drama. Watch what was going on with Ethan Klein and Hasan to see where it was at, and then watch the Idubbbz thing to see how fucking bad it was, and the fact that the entire fucking time he didn't once, not a single time brought up the CBS thing or brought up anything that made Ethan Klein look good in any sort of light. It was all about virtue signaling, and you would have instantly known that it was a dog shit video.
For missing basic things like CPS getting called, but that's the only way you could think this content cop was good, is if you're missing context. Ian's newest video is on how he doesn't like concern trolling.
Ultimately, concern trolling is just saying...
Which is the funniest part of the console. So he made two videos here. He made a fucking address to his creator class drama, and then he made I made this trolling like BreadTube video, and I might as well just tag them together. And you look at the two. You look at these two fucking terrible videos that he put together. Both of them, if looked at with what he's previously done, he is caught on hypocrisy in every single fucking line.
Something in bad faith is very similar to tone policing or sea lioning.
Which is so ironic because all he did his entire video was concern troll Ethan and Crazy Make him. Now Ethan famously has Tourette's, so what's the most empathetic couple on YouTube tweet out now that he's become their enemy? Drugs? Okay, it's time for loved ones to step up for real. Parents, partners, someone. I'm saying this so genuinely. It's okay to ask for help. Please get help. I criticized Oompaville earlier in my video for chiming in without looking into anything. But that's the entire strategy Idubbbz, Hasan, and Denimz entirely operate with. You lie, and then you lie to get out of the lie while continuing to lie. And then you convince everyone who doesn't know what's going on.
You lie and then lie again, and then you smear your enemies, and you show their inherent bias, and then you like double down on that bias to show that they were a bad faith actor, and you are a good faith actor, so you can get your fucking lizard brain idiot audience to love you. Yeah, this is coming from Hasan. Hasan said it. I didn't say it, guys.
On that your critics are pro-genocide and are just crazy. The streamer watched an out-of-context TikTok thinking Denimz getting called a waiting room was because she wasn't pregnant.
But just some of the stuff that he says about women, too. I genuinely don't know how anybody even wants to work for him at this point. It's, like, actually insane. He's like... What did he say? I saw some clip of him saying something about a woman, waiting room. He called her a waiting room. Because she hasn't had kids yet. Huh?
Idubbbz gets called a waiting room because people wait in her stream until Hasan starts. It has nothing to do with her being a woman.
That's exactly what it is. It's so funny how we can just like turn every. This is like these motherfuckers on like Denims and Hasan. They're always like they pull our clips out of context when their communities and people who defend them like pull the most irrational things to put together, and they're like, you see, it's a fucking sexism, it's a fucking racism, guys. You see how this? Oh, dude, this needs to be taken off the internet because these are disgusting examples of human beings, and it's like that's not even close to what they were talking about.
But Ethan's sexist now to everyone who watched these TikToks. Even Meat Canyon, who's just trying to be down the middle, is helping Hasan because this is not a down the middle drama.
I don't think that either side's really that fucking, that fucking great, if I'm being honest. I feel like there's a lot of oopsie daisies, right? You know what I mean? I don't know. The problem is he has no...
By the way, this is so bad. This is so bad. This is another time that if this is like when people like come into my chat and they bring up a drama I have no idea about. I will say, yeah, I'll look into that later. I have no idea. I don't know. And then somebody will tell me, I'm like, yeah, it sounds crazy. I have no idea. I won't talk on it until I look it up. Like, it's just so crazy to me that, and in this clip, he's like, sometimes you just should say, I don't know. Dude, you should have fucking said that. You should have said that because you look like an absolute asshole here.
He cannot. He can never say that he's wrong about anything. That is the biggest. That's the biggest problem with all of these people. Nobody can just be like, nah, I don't know. It is fucked up. This is fucked up. I shouldn't be overreacting to this.
I agree that this is a problem online, but it doesn't apply to Ethan in this drama. He's the only one that has corrected information when he's wrong.
Let me respond. I agree with you. I think that my characterization of it as a utopia, like in that moment, was distasteful, and I wish that I had said that differently. And I see that it came off bad. It came off bad, and I was wrong on that one. I totally agree. Watching that clip back, I'm regretful about how I spoke about it. And I think I did say that, and I think that was wrong. I was incorrect on
you've
that.
said that numerous times. You actually said you ChatGPT'd against AB when AB was like, I don't think that's correct.
Yeah, by the way, that's something I looked into, and I was actually wrong about that, for sure.
But Hasan and these other people will lie and then continue to double down on it. Some of these lies go back over 3 years. I've documented this forever. But one that I think is particularly relevant is that Ethan is this ultra-Zionist genocide defender. Sometimes it's because he doesn't cite an exact figure.
You compare the raw numbers, Gazans have lost a lot more than Israelis. 40,000 people have died, and neighborhoods have been completely flattened during this war.
The figure he cites is wrong.
With hotels... Yeah, he was wrong, dude. So that means that all of his points were wrong. And this is like, it's so fucking bullshit. What they do is they find out like a number or something that's wrong, and then instead of addressing the actual argument that he has against this person that pertains to the drama or how this guy's being fucking bad faith, they just double down on bad faith acting and just be absolute goonbags.
Wrong. Credible estimates have placed the full scale of the slaughter in Gaza at over 65,000 deaths due to traumatic injury alone.
But when Ethan's video came out, this was a common estimate given by outlets. Another time, Hasan disagreed with one of the 2 organizations that Ethan donated money to.
His organization that Ethan donated to and urged his fans to donate to is not a fucking charity. They gave money directly to the Atlantic Council under the false notion that they were giving money to a Palestinian charity.
But if you watch the original broadcast, this guy is completely transparent.
I work at the Atlantic Council, where I am a resident senior fellow, but also I run Realign for Palestine through the Atlantic Council, and I have a we have like our own standalone website, realignforpalestine.org. There is a donate button, and yeah, so like you're certainly folks can donate there, but also I would encourage folks to consider the World Food Program has a Gaza Appeals page that is dedicated just for, here, I'm going to give you the page, that is dedicated for sending food just for Gaza.
Hasan even advocates for the same charity they promoted.
Yeah.
Dude, it's so funny how like these guys they don't do any research. He just wants to look fucking cool in his like gay little Lakers jersey, bro. He wants to he's always worried about his fit and not worried about actually presenting actual facts to his audience.
The World Food Program is one of the actual humanitarian foundations that they link.
So Hasan
Dude, it's so fucking funny to me how often people will just go instantly that Ethan is this mad Zionist, bro. He's this mad Zionist when he's literally signal boasting the same charities as you, Hasan, you fucking goonbag. And this is where they've just because of the YouTube drama, because they had a disagreement, because his audience hates him, he has to keep doubling down, and his retarded ass audience will just hucklejuck everything this fucker has to say. Dude, dude just spreads his ass cheeks and diarrheas down their mouth.
Characterizes this entire situation and then crashes out partially because Gila describes people living in Gaza as Gazans.
It's really crazy how Hasan just doesn't want us to help Gazans.
Oh my god. Oh, they're so gross, dude. They're such disgusting genocidal propagandists. Oh my god. Oh, it's crazy how Hasan doesn't want us to help the Palestinians. Wait, did she even say Palestinians? Hold on, maybe she did.
It's really crazy how Hasan just doesn't want us to help Gazans.
Oh, she didn't even say Palestinians. She said
time to word police. Time to word police. She didn't say the approved Hasan words. I am the voice of everyone over in the Middle East. I am the guy. I won't go there because it's too dangerous, and I just can't do that. I can't stand for what I actually believe. I won't actually do on the ground journalism in the Middle East. But I'll fucking read the 3 articles and then talk shit to other YouTubers. But no. What I say is fucking law.
Thousands. Yeah. Here, another great way to figure out Ahmed Al-Khatib being a bad faith actor is that he calls himself a Gazan American. He doesn't even call himself a Palestinian American.
Why is he making it a big deal? The coverage he watches does it every day.
The Gazans.
Thousands of starved Gazans.
The future of Gazans.
Gazan children.
They're pressuring the Gazans.
Dude, I do love that one, just Hasan's like jerking off in the corner. He's not even on screen. He's just like, oh, I need my jerk off break, guys. I need to fucking beat my schmeat real quick to myself in the mirror while this news broadcast plays on my stream. I can't be actively sitting there, dude. I can't at least do the due diligence of being like, I don't know, using fair use the correct way. No, I gotta get up and jerk off real quick and let it play. We just gotta let it play.
Hasan has tweeted it several times. Hasan himself has described Palestinians living in Gaza as Gazans.
There are definitely a lot of Israelis that do want the Israeli civilians to die, and certainly the Gazan civilians to die as well. The Gazans did not have access to... Oh, she didn't even say...
Dude, I don't understand, too. These fucking Twitch streamers, bro. They don't even, like... This is something that Hasman Gold does as well that pisses me off. And now a lot of people complain that I pause too much. I don't fucking care. This is my channel. I'm gonna make my content the way I want to make my content. But at the end of the day, I think it's way better than these people who literally are just shouting over the shit that's happening right now. Like, I coughed over it a while ago, but I swallowed like too much semen's in the air, dude. Too much semen's in the air, and I swallowed too much of it. And so the semen like caught up with me, and I had a coffee waffy. Which fucking happens, right? But I for the most part, I pause it and I get my points out. I say what I need to say. I spit my nonsense, and then I hit play again. I don't just fucking sit here and then screech. Oh, try to find pauses to screech during, dude. It's so annoying. Like, you can look at like most of the videos that like Hasan and even like I like Asmongold. I think he's I think a lot of his content's okay. But at the same time, you look at like the amount of time that the original video is compared to the amount of time that an Asmongold video is, usually it's pretty close to the same, especially when it comes to more topical stuff.
Palestinians, she said Gazans. Oh, they're so gross, dude.
But the biggest sin Ethan committed was not liking a slogan.
You were talking about from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. And
so like at worst, the worst interpretation of that would be like someone like Hamas or Hezbollah or like terrorist organizations who are like, yeah, we want to actually kill everybody there. That's the worst interpretation of it. I know that there's a lot of people, obviously, vast majority of people who do say that don't want to kill all the Jews there, right?
They're such disgusting, genocidal propagandists. Oh my god.
Does he really deserve that label? I'm sure there's plenty of things to criticize Ethan for, but these people are labeling him as something that he's not. He agrees with them on all the biggest points.
And the government of Israel is a...
Dude, and this is what I've said a million times, and I will keep saying from the fucking very beginning. It's so insane to me when you look at like Hasan's position, and you look at Ethan's position, it's like one step over. It's like one step over. It's like, I don't want to support terrorists, and I don't think that all the Israelis should die. And Hasan's like, fuck you, dude. We should just glass Israel and then give it all to like Hezbollah. Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, this is insane. How is this like? This dude like comes off like as like the normal, rational take of like, yeah, dude, what's happening to the people, the Palestinians, is disgusting. There needs to be a change, and obviously Israel is fucky wucky over here as well. So they need to have a massive change because they're being fucky wucky heads. Like, this is insane to me.
Colossal failure. Netanyahu's a war criminal.
Like, I don't think, yeah, like, and he's like doubled down on this position a million times that he does not like the IDF, that he does not like Netanyahu. But these motherfuckers act like dudes just like planning to like go be a part of the fucking. It's like he's going to run for office in Israel, bro. That's the way they act with this dude.
Psycho. Into the genocide happening by settler fucking lunatics, and they're hellbent on genocide, frankly, overtly. They've committed tons of war crimes in Gaza, including the killing of children, obviously, because Gaza is one of the most densely populated places in the world. I'm pulled myself all the way to, you know, outright saying that it's apartheid, that it's genocide, that the Israeli government is committing. What's happening in Gaza is a terrible humanitarian crisis that we should all care about. You're pro-genocide.
So this is something funny that actually goes alongside this. This is like to show the insanity of like this entire fucking thing, right? So this is Ryan Beard. Ryan Beard made a video on Destiny. He was gonna make a video kind of like going after Ethan, right? He said to respond to the confusion, I've seen my upcoming video is not going to just be criticizing Ethan, blah, blah, blah. I think this is the one I commented under. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. Let's go back. Right here, yeah. So, because I defended Ethan Klein after he had CPS called on him, and because I have been critical of Bad Empanada's history of harassing and doxing people and saying that Jews aren't oppressed, I have been labeled a liberal Zionist by Bad Empanada and people on Reddit. Let me be clear for the millionth time. I am 100% unequivocally anti-Zionist. I believe Zionism is a harmful ethno-nationalistic ideology that has been used to justify the oppression of countless Palestinians. If you want to criticize me, go right ahead, but please don't do it by attaching me to an ideology that I have always completely disagreed with and think it is actively being used to justify committing a genocide. Now, I posted something that I thought was just a little funny, right? I said, bro, you could literally get on a plane, fly to Israel, take over the government, right? Stop Hamas, create peace, but you criticize the cult, so you'll still be called Zionist. Now, my point there was saying you get rid of the Zionist state, you bring in like the exact ideal government that you want for both the Palestinians and the Israelis, you create peace, you did it, you fucking did the right thing, and this is the reaction I got. That peace means the maintenance of the state of Israel, which I said take over the government, so maintenance of the state of Israel, then by definition he would be Zionist. Zionism is the movement to, in the past, create or currently maintain the nationalistic Jewish state. Never fucking said that. This is how, ideologically fucking retarded this is. What? Yes, of course. You people need to learn what words mean. What the fuck are you talking about? Yes, somebody who goes to Israel, stops Palestine resistance would be a Zionist. It's not the resistance, bro, if they're a terrorist organization, bro. Like, this is like, I literally talk about, like, completely dismantling a government, setting up one to create peace. And these motherfuckers are so retarded that they just, like, huckle-juck themselves into these weird positions. There is no winning. There's absolutely no winning. And the reason I bring this up is, hello everyone, so I've decided to pussy out of making a video about Ethan and Hasan, lol. When I announced that I was working on a video trying to give a level-headed perspective on the situation, critiquing everyone involved, I didn't expect that that I would be threatened by Hasan, which Hasan threatened him, and attacked by H3 Snark subreddit for weeks, and get a bunch of threats in my DMs. I've kind of realized that everyone on the internet is super entrenched in their opinions on this stupid drama war, and no one is really interested in hearing me out, hearing me to try to give nuanced takes on it. And I kind of just want to swear off talking about leftist, liberal, infighting in general. Anyway, free Palestine. If you want to think that I'm a liberal Zionist because I think Bad Empanada is a disgusting psychopath for his history of doxing, brigading, and threatening to kill people and harassing people and saying that saying the left should care less about anti-Semitism, you can feel free to see me that way. And if you want to call me a pussy for backing out, you would probably be right. I just think the online left is an absolute shit show right now, and I just want to move on and do my thing. They literally harassed this motherfucker from making a video that probably would have gotten more people to kind of shit on Ethan as well. It would probably, like, from what I heard, this is one of the best videos on Destiny. Now, I haven't watched it, but I heard it was incredible. Everyone says this is the absolute best attack piece on Destiny made. There's just nothing close. And so this guy was going to critically look at both Hasan as well as Ethan, and then put a little bit of perspective on both sides, hit a down the middle piece to like put them both on the fucking pedestal and threw tomatoes at him. Would have been incredible. But he backed out because these fucking goon bags are so ideologically entrenched that they refuse to see anything other than what their cult leader Hasan has to say.
We're definitely going to have a disagreement.
Bro, all of these comments on every video call him a genocide supporter because he doesn't like every single thing these guys say and do.
I don't know what's going on. But ever since October 7th, it's like I'm nothing more or less than a Zionist genocide supporter. Nothing.
Genocidal propagandists. Oh my god.
At what point are they just slandering him? And the most cowardly part is they hide behind the dead bodies of Palestinians to avoid any accountability.
Bring in the fucking plows. Let's get those dead bodies right in front of us. Let's get those human shields activated, bro, so that we can win this internet drama. We gotta bring in the human shields.
On this.
Also wild because the political content creator in question is an anti-genocide content creator, and the arguments they're attacking him for are anti-genocide arguments. So these creators, you know, they're positioning themselves in opposition to him and his arguments, de facto positioning themselves on the pro-genocide side. You know, anti-genocide is pro-genocide. It's quite the precarious predicament they've placed themselves in.
He's twisting himself into a pretzel trying to explain it. You can't criticize Hasan, otherwise you're pro-genocide. It's so stupid. I watched Noah Samson's most recent video about Ethan Klein and Mudahar suing him for defamation, and I was blown away when I heard his explanation for why Mudahar is pro-genocide. It's because he criticized Hasan for his Houthi interview. One of the worst interviews in all of YouTube. I have an entire video on it. Go watch it.
Does he know what One Piece is?
Fucking Luffy. We got Houthi Luffy here, dude. He's doing what Luffy would do, dude. Exactly the same thing. Luffy constantly was like taking over ships and fucking like holding people hostage on his boat, dude. That's something Luffy did all the time. That's never something that happened in the anime, by the way.
One Piece, like, is that an organization?
No, One Piece is the anime.
Luffy.
Luffy?
Yeah, he said he's been watching it since he was a kid.
No way!
Yeah.
That's sick. Yes.
I think he hasn't spent much time with Chinese people, but one of the captain was Chinese, and he did qat with them, and he danced to music with them, and he was vibing. So he likes him. Yeah.
So I mean, what? That's so crazy. So they're just fucking chilling with the captains? Like, I don't understand.
To be clear, we're talking about a man they took hostage.
America's like America's like blowing them up while they're just like doing cat and fucking chilling with the captains. Like, how does he feel about that? Isn't that
Once there was a market.
Yeah, dude, America's just like blowing him up while they're just chilling, dude. They're just fucking throwing a couple brewskis back, my homie, dude. They're just chilling, dude. Having a couple Sixers, dog.
Like, I don't know how to describe it.
They essentially claim, you know, we couldn't have possibly supported a genocide because elsewhere we have said that we don't. We said that genocide is bad, so we are exempt from any criticism for any other things we may have said that do actually support a genocide. For this point, one of the quotes that they cite is Mutahar saying, "I'm not afraid to say that genocide is wrong." Wow, how brave of you, Mutahar.
He feels like he has to say that because you keep saying otherwise.
Aside from that being just false.
By the way, these people, like I said, dude, I'm pretty sure like a petri dish, a dish of semen has more character than fucking Noah Samson does, dude. The dude has like the most dead fucking eyes in the entire world.
Mutahar stayed silent on Gaza throughout the entirety of the genocide until it was time to join his friends on a Hasan bad smear campaign. If that's not fear, I don't know what you'd call it. call it other than, I guess, cowardice.
That's it? Muda didn't make a video on the conflict? Pro-genocide. Muda criticized Hasan? Pro-genocide. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought Muda was a Canadian YouTuber. Didn't realize he was the Prime Minister of Israel. This is the propaganda machine at work. Lie about people who criticize you, and you get called out.
I love the fact that they went straight with the Muda Harus and Uncle Tom, too. Instantly to racist fucking... They pull, like... I love that this progressive, we can be racist because we stand for the right thing. So they just instantly throw out the most, like, disgusting racist fucking rhetoric possible. And then they're like, no, but you don't get it, dude. He is an Uncle Tom. It's like, what the fuck, dude? What the fuck? When what world, like, a year... Like, if you would have said that, if it would have been, like, somebody else who was, like, on the opposite side of you, you'd make, like, 15 videos, like, lambasting them. But you're allowed to say it because you're on the right side of history or whatever. It's fucking gay, dude.
Crazy make them. Support people who dox or falsely called CPS on them. Then when they respond to that, concern troll. Hide behind the dead bodies of children. Act above it all, even though they instigated it. That way everyone who's not paying attention will think you're the rational one. It's really dangerous to conflate anti-Zionism with anti-Semitism, but it's completely acceptable to conflate criticizing Hasan with being pro-genocide. I'll probably get blamed for killing an entire school bus worth of children for uploading this YouTube video.
What you're doing with your platform is entirely negative against pro-Palestinian voices. Yeah, of course people are going to think you're fucking anti-Palestine. And I personally think that too.
Yeah, dude, fuck this. Dude, fuck you. Dude, honestly, go fuck yourself, dude. Go to the dildo factory and suck as many of those bad mamma jammas as you can, because it would be a better use of your time than you hitting upload, you fucking little loser. I hate the fact that just because he considers himself a pro-Palestinian voice, you cannot criticize him, or you're criticizing the Palestinian movement. This is such a bullshit fucking conflation.
I think that fact that while Israel is doing a genocide, a lot of these people have shifted their priority directly to drama slop and to attack people who call out Israel's genocide. We'll never fucking forget these monstrous pieces of shit for looking at a situation like the one happening, the one unfolding in Gaza, and choosing to never say anything about it, only to then make these fucking drama videos to call out the people who call out the Israeli government.
Fuck this dude. Oh, you have to talk. Even if you're a YouTuber who doesn't cover politics, you have to cover what I say you need to cover. But if you decide to talk about drama, oh, dude. Fuck you, dude. You're actually a monster and you want all these children to die. What the fuck are you talking about, Hasan? What the fuck are you... Dude, how do people watch this guy and their brains not fucking, like, get destroyed from, like, brain worms or some shit? Like, what happens? You just watch enough Hasan, you start drooling over yourself, you start saying, like, you start, like, watching Hasan, the Hawk Tua podcast, they're both going at the same time, you're just drooling, your mind's eating itself, you're getting internet brain worms. I feel like that's the only way you can find any of this anything he says just mind, like, in the smallest bit rational.
That's what you choose to do after 12 months, 13 months, 14 months of genocide, then you are less than nothing to me. Tens of thousands of children fucking destroyed. Okay? I read accounts from a parent that felt fire for the first time, woke up, okay? Immediately grabbed her son, started running out of the house, and in the process didn't realize that her son felt a little bit lighter. He turned back around and saw that it wasn't her son that she was holding, it was simply her son's arm. Okay? That is the daily reality for Palestinians.
He's using a dead kid to shield valid criticism. It's so gross.
By the way, this is fucking disgusting, by the way. Just, like, the fact that you're like, oh, I'm gonna go into the story about how somebody lost their fucking child in, like, the most gruesome way possible, just because somebody criticized me on the internet. Again, dude, as much as people might think that my bringing in the fucking, the snow plows to push the dead bodies in front of me jokes are fucked up, just remember, that's literally what they do. Let's bring up, like, a story about somebody losing their child to try to win a fucking internet beef. You're pathetic little fucking cum goblins. I'm sorry, dude. I have maintained this entire video not to call anybody a cum goblin, but these are, like, dude, Hasan and all these fucking guys are like cum goblins flying on cum falcons, just ready and waiting to just spread AIDS across the entire world.
He just uses being pro-Palestine as a way to try to dance on this fucking tightrope where he gets to say whatever the
Dude, wherever he gets to dance on this tightrope, or he gets to say whatever the fuck he wants. But don't look behind the curtain where I'm over here utilizing the deaths of like children and shit to say whatever the fuck I want.
That's you. These people want diplomatic immunity. Can't criticize Hasan because he is critical of Israel. Can't criticize Ian because he runs a for-profit charity.
Ian is the only person who gets a pass for torpedoing his own admission, torpedoing a charity event.
What the fuck are you talking about? This is the guy that I have never seen before, never heard of until I saw the content cop. Like, why do you need to like jump in? Nobody knows who the fuck you are, dude. I know that that's coming from me, who's like way smaller still. I mean, but like you're just been like shoehorned into this fucking drama, and you're like, yeah, but the only guy who's doing anything for charity. It's a fucking for-profit event, you fucking goonbag.
Why are we giving Ethan a pass for saying he wants the charity event to fail, effectively getting the charity event to fail and to postpone, and for the original creators to divest from?
Nothing is ever these people's fault. Hasan can't get stopped at an airport without blaming his critics.
These fucking dumbass slop tubers.
Dude had to stop in the middle of his LA protest to bring up Asmongold. The dude has no fucking chance, dude. Somebody in chat said he's a token. I didn't say that. That was chat, bro. That was chat, bro. Dude, it's just so fucking funny, dude. They just like throw him in and they're like, look how important it is. Criticize the charity event, dude. It wasn't a charity event. It is a fucking for-profit event with a GoFundMe duct taped and stapled to the side of it. And then like this dude can't like go 2 minutes without complaining about everybody who has criticized him when like nobody is talking about him. Nobody has anything to say about him, and he'll fucking stop. I can't get Asmongold out of my head right now, dude. To think that he's not down here or whatever. It's like, dude, what the fuck are you jabber-japping about, bro? Just like, why don't you just talk about the issues that you actually care about without turning them into drama? But you can't do that because that's what pushes numbers for you, and you need those numbers to push so you can keep growing your fucking audience of brainlets.
Actually playing with fucking fire. And I even thought about not even mentioning this because I was like, I don't want to give him any sort of like power over the situation. But like, the reality of the matter is 100% the Trump administration is inadvertently working with a lot of these fucking dipshits. These dipshits are playing a form.
Oh, my bad, bro. Dude, my Trump check just cleared, bro. It was very nice. It was like 52 cents in a blowjob. My dick's been orange ever since. So, yeah, dude, I definitely get that Trump check every week just to make fun of Hasan.
Role in getting people in trouble with the law.
This guy lies so much in this video. It's comical. These people are such spurgs. Ryan Beard announces that he's criticizing Ethan in the upcoming video.
Dude, I definitely covered this before I even got to it, dude. I still think my tweet under it was fucking mwah, dude, mwah. It was fucking perfect to show the idiocracy of these fucking goonbags.
And Hasan tries to gatekeep it. If you're a YouTube content creator who hasn't said dick about Israel-Palestine, and you're only now starting to let your critical positions on Israel be known, after 19 months of genocide, since it's no longer going to cause you severe career penalties, and you've spent a moment finger-wagging at people who have been correct the entire time, I will absolutely come after you. So you just argue with people that agree with you. Argues with Ethan, argues with Ryan. I will absolutely come after you. You aren't gonna do shit. Oh no, Hasan's gonna react to Bad Empanada watching somebody else's video, and then get up and leave halfway through. I have a lot more to say about Hasan, but that'll be part of a much bigger video. So subscribe to the channel and buy
Jesus Christ, bro. Jesus Christ. This is like the fact that like the thing that about this dude is it's like Ian's like a crucial part of this because he's like a catalyst at this point. I mean, it was already big, but I feel like the content cop just blew this out of fucking proportion, and it just ends up being like Hasan and his goonbag friends just constantly making this shit just way bigger than it has to be. It's so stupid, and his audience was just full of fucking absolute brainlets. But that's all I got on this one, guys. It was kind of a long one. I probably extended the time by another fucking hour, and I know that means that a lot of people will be like watching like the first 10 minutes and then dipping the fuck out, but that's fine, dude. Some people will stick around the whole time. They'll enjoy the fuck out of it, but we'll have to see, dude. We'll have to see. But that's all I got. Like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.